tonight.
I said give us your gas. What the hell did you think I said?
Glibbish Olgish.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
I'm nothing if not streetwise, Ben. I know all the angles.
Welcome home to Corner Gas Animated.
You have any idea what can happen to a gasless town in 3 days?
What is it about Corner Gas that everybody loves?
I'm not trying to be glib, I really don't know.
Brent Butt is back with a slightly different look.
This feels right. Let's do it.
Old characters, new stories, same catchphrase.
You might be a jackass.
After the biggest debut in the Comedy Network's history and a second season already on order, the smash hit comes home to CTV.
How much of this was about the money?
About the money.
With a surprising guest star.
Sarah Mclaughlin is
Yeah.
a special voice guest.
Yeah, it worked out great.
Enter a whole new medium.
It's amazing to me how many people ask me when they know that there's going to be an animated thing, they go, are you doing the voice?
I know.
With laughs,
Damn raccoons are back. Where's my BB gun?
laughs,
You'll have to speak up, Mom. I'm in a fridge.
and more laughs.
Be advised, your police are on foot patrol. And does anyone have a Band-Aid for a blister?
Get ready to return to Dog River as E-Talk presents Corner Gas Animated.
Brent, welcome. Thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
And
Always a
thank
pleasure.
you for dressing up.
Well, I can't tell if you're being snarky. I'm the one wearing socks,
Yeah, that is
Ben.
true.
If you got no socks on, you can't start a fashion war.
Corner Gas Animated.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Well, it's you summed it up right there. It's Corner Gas.
Yeah.
People are very familiar with the Corner Gas brand. We did a TV show for 6 seasons, then we did a big movie, a feature film, and it sold out theaters, and everybody was jazzed about it, and it did better than any of us expected. So we were afforded the opportunity to try something else, and this is the result, Corner Gas Animated. I have a love of animation and cartooning and doodling and a background in graphic arts and animating, so it was kind of a natural.
The show was so successful. And then when the movie came out, it was, I think it surpassed everyone's already lofty expectations. You could have, I'm sure, had the option to bring the whole show back live. You could have had a number of options. Why choose animation beyond your love of the craft?
We don't want to just go over the same rut again. And we felt that we had done, we were very proud of the 107 episodes that we did live. We were very proud of the movie. And there's always that notion, well, you go back over the same tracks, it could get a little muddy, it could get a little yucky. Plus, we're all getting older. Who are we kidding? Remember when they went back to Gilligan's Island and he had white hair?
Yeah, that was not right.
That
was
not
wrong.
good.
Yeah.
Felt wrong. It's a similar situation here, except I have no hair.
Yeah, well, not in the show.
Not
You
in
got
the
your
show.
season 1 hairline.
Forever and ever, season 1 hairline.
That was well played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm nothing if not streetwise, Ben. I know how it goes. I know all the angles.
But does it have something to do with the fact that just by virtue, you're saying it's Corner Gas but animated, but the fact that it's animated means it's in a lot of ways it's a different medium, so you tell different kinds of stories.
We do. It still very much feels like Corner Gas. We had this kind of device built into the live action Corner Gas where, sometimes in the writer's room we'd come up with jokes that we thought were really funny, but we felt that if we did them, it would fracture our reality on the show. So we created this device where you could kind of pop into characters' heads and see what they were imagining. Yeah. And that afforded us the opportunity to do anything that you could dream of. Except in real life, you're actually limited by what you can do. The laws of physics and the laws of man dictate. I remember one episode we wanted to launch a kid over a tree with a rocket strapped to his back. Well, it turns out they won't let you do that in real life. But in the animated world, when we pop into these little fantasy sequences or imagination sequences, anything that we can come up with, we can do now. And we're having a lot of fun with that.
An average of 1.4 million viewers a week, more than 3.2 million viewers for the series finale alone, and one massive movie that hit big at the box office. The Corner Gas family has been part of the Canadian landscape since 2004, and what became the highest-rated scripted show in Canadian television history isn't done yet. E-Talk has been there since the show's first episode.
What do you know about this Lacey person?
I know she doesn't have cataracts, so you don't have a chance.
Scourge.
But now, it's all about looking ahead with a new take on a fan favorite.
Okay, here's the most important question. I'm expecting an honest answer. How much of this was about the money?
About the money?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Canadian show business
Canadian
in general?
show business money.
Well, that's why you get into Canadian show business. Because you always see, the famous Canadian stars in their gold Cadillacs driving around town. That's why we do it.
Of course.
I'm not particularly fond of show business or performing, but I like to be, I'm like Scrooge McDuck swimming around a pile of money. No, it was not for the money. You know, the Corner Gas brand was very, I feel very protective. And I wouldn't have done this again if I didn't think it was going to work. And that's why before we did this, we wrote a couple of scripts to see if it felt right. We made a 3-minute demo to see if it felt right. And through each step of the way, if there were any red flags, if there was any kind of sense that, you know what, this isn't going to work and it's going to damage the brand, let's leave well enough alone, I would not have continued forward. But every step of the way, every time we tried something new, we thought, man, this feels like Corner Gas. This feels right. Let's do it.
And as you said before, you have a background in animation.
Well, I have a background in cartooning, illustrating, that kind of thing. After high school, I did leave to go study animation. I was accepted into the prestigious Sheridan animation program, top animation program in the nation. And I believe I was there for 4 days.
That's good.
Before I said, you know what, this is a hell of a lot of drawing. Maybe this isn't for me. And so I wanted to do stand-up. I wanted to be a greasy nightclub comic. And so I left to pursue my dream. That panned out better than I could have ever hoped. And now I get to go back and kind of live the animation dream.
And how involved were you in the style of the animation?
We developed the look of the characters, and the actual actors were involved in the process. We would send them the drawings and say, you know, this is what we're thinking of, you know, having your character look like, and they gave notes and that kind of stuff. So it was very collaborative. That's one of the things that the two elements of my life, stand-up, where I'm completely solo, flying by the seat of my pants, doing whatever I want at the moment I want to do it, versus TV and film, which is incredibly collaborative, and you get to work with all these other talented minds, and so I just love it. I love the fact that I get to work in both these kind of milieus. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a word.
Is that a word?
And you actually, you used it properly, and it didn't sound terrible coming out your mouth.
Wow.
So what happens in this Dog River when I tune in?
Well, I wanted, our goal in this was to make it feel just like more Corner Gas.
Yeah.
So chronologically, it's kind of nebulous. It's somewhere, I think, in the middle of the 6 seasons, right?
Okay.
It's like we floated back. If you saw the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler, turn your TV off. But at the end of the movie, we see that Brent and Lacey have actually been dating for 2 years, right? And nobody in town knew.
Yeah.
It was kind of I wanted to flip the notion that in a small town there are no secrets. There's a small town, 2 people have been dating under everybody's nose, nobody knew it. But we didn't want to carry that on in the animated thing. We wanted to go back to a time before Brent and Lacey were dating, when they were just kind of semi-attracted to each other. However, chronologically, it's taking place today. So when you see people pull out a phone, it's a contemporary smartphone. Yes. So we're playing with time a little bit. It's a little nebulous. It's happening today, if today was 11 years ago.
Now,
does that make sense?
It does make sense. So you have this idea for the show, but I have to guess that part of the magic of this show for you is also working with everyone you've worked with on camera since the beginning.
Yeah.
So how easy was it to convince your co-stars to come on board to Corner Gas Animated?
Well, I had to phone each of them.
So there was that.
Yeah, and then that
and
was
nobody
about
phones
it.
anybody anymore.
Yeah.
So that was big for you.
I was like cranking my phone at home. Sarah, get me Tara Spencer-Nairn in Toronto, Canada. So it was, basically we just made the phone call, and they were all keen. Everybody, we loved crawling into the skin of these characters, and we're like family. We don't get to see each other very often, but we have a deep love for each other. So the notion of, every now and then getting together in a studio and recording another episode, but without having to shave or do a bunch of makeup or wardrobe changes, was, I think, appealing to everybody,
After the break, reunited, and it feels so good. Eric Peterson and Tara Spencer-Nairn join Brent on the E-Talk set, where things get personal.
These people have seen me at my best. They've seen me at my worst. And
seen her in the tub?
Yeah.
You have?
And later, talking legacy.
I thought I would be remembered more flatteringly than just the guy that said jackass all the time.
That's coming up when E-Talk presents Corner Gas Animated returns. Welcome back to eTalk Presents Corner Gas Animated.
We go now via satellite to the small farming town of Dog River, Saskatchewan. We're joined by the local coffee shop proprietor, Lacey Burrows, and gas station owner, Brent Leroy. Hello, Lacey.
Hi, Ben.
I thought Brent was going to be with you.
Yeah, I thought so too. He probably fell asleep on a bag of hot dog buns.
Oh, well, you mind if I ask you some questions?
Sure, fire away.
Okay, are we doing this or what? Where is everybody?
Hello, Brent. Ben Mulroney here.
Who said that?
I'm just curious. What's it like being animated?
Oh, no complaints, you know. I mean, it's not super different from real life.
Well, thank you both. This has been very enlightening.
It has?
No, not really. What's it like getting the band back together?
Well, I feel like we were never really, we were apart, but we're never really apart. We're always in touch with each other, but it's been really nice. I feel like we always say this, but we are truly like a family. These people have seen me at my best. They've seen me at my worst. They've seen me at my most boring.
Seen her in the tub?
Yeah. Whoa,
You have?
She's
fully clothed.
Okay. But there's something about being on set, and especially being on set in Regina, we're all away from home. You really get to know people, I don't want to say intimately, but I guess intimately is really what it is.
Well, I think you get to know them well.
Why was it important to have everybody recording at the same time?
My partners and I felt, and I think all the actors feel, that there was some intangible chemistry of getting these people together when they're actually interacting with each other. That's some kind of lightning in a bottle that we as producers didn't expect when we saw these actors. We felt if we didn't have the actors actually reacting with each other, we would be losing something. It would probably be fine, but there's magic when these guys get together and do their thing in real life.
Did anybody show up to the booth in pajamas?
I mostly went in my gym clothes, which is kind of like pajamas.
Kind of like pajamas, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember anybody, but in pajamas, but I seldom remember anything anymore.
You had your Oscar hat.
I did wear my Oscar hat for the first time, but for the first recordings, because I felt I wouldn't be able to do the character unless I had this hat on this. But it interferes with the earphones that you have to wear. So I gave that up. I really weaned myself of this crutch, and I seem to have been okay without the hat. You
now he wears a shower cap.
It's easier for the headphones. It works.
Doesn't interfere with the microphone.
Over 6 seasons, a lot of special guests stopped by Dog River.
Sorry, kids, you're gonna have to find somewhere else to practice.
From singers and actors to icons and prime ministers.
Good evening, Canada. I'd like to take this opportunity to address the nation in regard to some important issues.
And yes, me. The set even played host to Real Royalty back in 2003 when Prince Edward stopped by the Saskatchewan set. And the celebrity cameos continue with a new series, although I think my hidden talent days are behind me.
I'm tired of watching that Ben Mulroney. No talent.
Next up on eTalk Daily, I juggle fire while riding a unicycle.
You did find a way to get no talent Ben Mulroney to ride a unicycle while juggling fire.
That's right.
That was quite special.
We had to remove your head from your body digitally, and then put it on the body of some very talented young man.
Very talented man. Sarah Mclaughlin is a special voice guest.
Yeah, it worked out great. Sarah Mclaughlin does a cameo. She sings a beautiful tune to Wanda, who's sleeping. But the notion was, well, Sarah McLachlan's singing isn't particularly funny. She's really good at it. I don't know if you've heard. She's really good. So we thought, what would be a twist? Well, what if she tries to murder Wanda? So, she got into it. Oh, it's fantastic.
Some comfort here. I said, find your comfort. Find it.
So Sarah McLachlan makes a very malevolent, a beautifully melodic, simultaneously malevolent cameo. She's singing in the arms of an angel while she's...
even better.
And then my character later tries to freak Wanda out by singing, I Will Remember You.
Up next, carrying on the corner gas tradition.
What is it about corner gas that everybody loves?
I'm not trying to be glib, I really don't know.
And later, remembering a loved one.
I feel that Janet would have been so pleased that, it's still going on.
That's still to come when eTalk Presents Corner Gas Animated returns. Welcome back to eTalk Presents Corner Gas Animated.
Let's go back to Dog River to speak with a couple of other residents. We're joined by Corner Gas's retail clerk Wanda Dollard and local guy Hank Yarbo.
Hey, Ben. Thanks for being here.
I'm not actually there. This is being done via satellite.
Oh, right. So, you're up in space?
Yes. Yes, I am. Wanda, maybe I'll have more luck talking to you.
Or a lamp. Or a bag of fudge.
I've been informed that you are actually the smartest person in Dog River.
No, that's true, but low praise. Sort of like being the fastest sloth in the zoo.
So you're not actually that smart.
What did you say? Say that again, I'll crawl through that lens and stuff my boot in your yak.
Okay.
I never said. Cut the feed, cut the feed. 6 seasons, a movie, and now new life as an animated series. And like I said earlier, at every step, the country has been behind this brand, if you can call it that. Why? What is it about Corner Gas that everybody loves?
I don't know.
And can't get enough of?
I'm not trying to be glib, I really don't know. If I knew the answer, I would be a hit machine. I'd just be churning out. But it goes back to these intangibles, these little things. I think it has a lot to do with the magic milieu of getting all these people together.
What does it mean to the two of you to know that, yes, you started out, it was a job in the beginning, and then you've crafted these characters that are, probably as iconic as they come for Canadian televion.
Whew, that was intense.
It was. I hadn't looked at it that way.
know,
and
you kinda freaked me
I
out
thought
a
I
little.
would be remembered, and more flatteringly than just the guy that said jackass all the time.
Are you kidding me? If that was what I could be remembered for, I would sign up right now.
No.
For
Well, we
one
could try.
word and one expression.
No, I think that talking about why people like it, Canadians are reminded of themselves with the show. I was so excited to read that script and go and audition for it, and thinking that I had to play this part because there was something about Oscar that reminded me of a lot of my father, my uncles, people I knew around town. And that's been a total pleasure. And it's so much fun coming, back to it now as just the voice. Just the voice of Oscar.
And being animated.
And being animated. I can't remember anything of the episodes we've animated because the character they've drawn me in has no memory. It's amazing to me how many people ask me when they know that there's going to be an animated thing, they go, "Are you doing the voice?"
I know. And I'm like,
what do you think? I just know doing the body.
After the break, remembering Janet.
My first question was, would Janet want the Emma character to live on?
That's coming up when eTalk Presents Corner Gas Animated continues. We now return to eTalk Presents Corner Gas Animated.
Let's try one more visit to Dog River to see if we can get some actual answers from some actual residents. I'm joined now by Oscar and Emma Leroy. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Leroy.
Yeah, fine. Can we speed this up?
It just started.
We've been standing here for 2 minutes.
Where the hell do you have to be?
Oops, watch the language, Emma. We're on television.
Are we on television in the 1950s?
No.
Then lighten up.
Actually, I think we're done here.
Well then, why don't you just take your satellite, launch it right up your...
Yeah, we're done.
Is he all right?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Giant wit, giant heart. We all truly loved her. According to the cast, Janet Wright was the beating heart of the Corner Gas family, and her passing in November 2016 left a huge hole. But the show must go on.
I think it's not until you lose someone that you truly can wrap your mind around what the show means and how iconic it is and how we will be remembered.
What did it mean to return to Dog River, return to these characters without Janet?
Well, it was my first thought was, we were pretty far down the production road when Janet passed away, and I thought, well, I want to do what I think she would want us to do. My first question was, would Janet want the Emma character to live on? Anyway, I went and talked to Bruce, Janet's husband, and he said emphatically Janet would want Emma to live on. She would want Emma to continue to be part of the family. So he kind of gave us his blessing, but he also gave us a suggestion. He said, you know who you should audition for this part is a good friend of Janet's. They used to do theater together. She lives in Ontario now. Her name is Corinne Coslow. I said, all right, we'll read her, you know, but what are the chances? And she just nailed it. She knew Janet's rhythms. She has a similar timbre to her voice. So she was able to bring that into the character, but she's also brought her own thing into the character. So it's kind of nice that Emma is being portrayed by a good friend of Janet's who was recommended by her husband.
Yeah, that's a very strong element for me too, to know that this has been the kind of continuity of that. I feel that Janet would have been so pleased that, you know, it's still going on.
Still to come, why Canada loves corner gas.
I feel like Canadians they feel like this is their show.
We now return to eTalk Presents Corner Gas Animated.
To know that these characters in this show will follow you till the day you die, and I don't want to be morose about it, but what does that mean to you?
The fact that Canadians love this and hold it to be their own is in my universe is very, very important.
Tara?
I think you hit on something that's so important, is that I feel like Canadians they feel like this is their show, which it absolutely is.
And I think somehow people in general often, they know when they're being sold something. And I think they felt with Corner Gas they weren't being sold something.
Well, thank you all for being here. I look forward to seeing the show. And I just want you to know that the older I get, I'm becoming increasingly like Oscar. I scream at the TV, I roll my eyes.
Yeah, feel free to use Jackass.
Oh, I do.
Anytime you want.
I will have my lawyers on both of you.
Oh, yeah, right. It belongs to him.